Welcome to Maximal Being,
a podcast devoted to ditching fad diets and using real science to get you healthy and feeling great.
I'm Doc Mock, a GI and functional medicine doctor who harnesses the power of gut health to get you achieving your goals.
And I'm Jacky P, a well-informed layman who challenges the experts and asks the questions that you want.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button or leave a comment.
And now, on to the show.
What's going on? Maximal Being's Doc Mock here with MaximalBeing.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. It does help us to get the word out. If you have any questions, you can email us at team@MaximalBeing.com. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah, Dr. Malafa, you talked about some of the benefits. So in my literature search, some of the best trials that I found look at specifically benefits for cardiovascular disease. And guess what else is tagging along with vitamin E? Jacky P is our friend. Omega-3.
OMG.
Yeah. So all of those trials that showed benefit with vitamin E, they also paired them with omega-3s, which I think is interesting. And I know in us discussing your specific research, you talked to me a lot about the way that you deliver the tocotrienols in your specific trial and how that's really important too. So do you want to tell them a little bit about those co-delivery mechanisms?
Yes. So the delivery is a big deal because one of the problems is that one of the bad, I would say the negative things about nutrition and health is that sometimes we are not paying as detailed attention when we try to translate this to the clinic or to help patients and others to make it as rigorous as we would do for prescription medicine and all that, okay? Because what we're doing and some of the basic things that we all should think about and know, for example, if you're going to take a substance, it is a drug, whether we believe it or not. It's rarely, yes, it's a micronutrient or maybe it's a nutrient, but if you're taking it as a drug, then some basic questions begin to be asked, such as, well, how much should you take? And if you take X amount, does it reach where you want it to reach? So if you are trying to treat, say, breast cancer, well, if you take X, well, does it even get to the breast? Or if you take this much, or if you want to treat colon cancer, is it getting to the colon? But a lot of this work, unfortunately, means a lot of hard work, which means it needs investment, which means it needs what we call all the preclinical investment. And thank goodness for our federal government and the NIH and its ability to fund those. That's why we were able to learn as much as we've learned about nutrition, because as you all know, unfortunately, because it's not a patented drug, a drug that you can patent or molecule that you can, the drug companies are not interested in investing in it. Okay, so they're not going to invest in the trials and in the investigations that's going to give you very detailed, meaningful, and clear knowledge so that you can apply it or use it intelligently in patients. So the challenges we have is to compete for grants, to try to look to develop that knowledge base, to decide, all right, and we learn all the way from mice to humans, what happens when we give a compound. Well, we start to learn, like right now, I'm dealing with a phase 2 trial and having to go through the FDA to make sure that we get it approved to start it in patients. And we learn a lot when it comes to the manufacturing of these compounds. And, all the way from the source, the natural product that we get it from. So like, for example, the delta tocotrienol I'm going to be using is going to be extracted from annatto beans, annatto seeds. So annatto, they are coloring, they're grown, they're native to South America and areas like this where actually that is what people use for coloring, like for coloring of food and all that. And a lot of times, people have found that those, when the FDA wants to know how is it being grown. Make sure that it's being grown in in a kind of ethical and sort of a natural. What sort of contaminants could there be in that area? We start from that to when it's manufactured. What are the different steps? What is its stability? Like a simple question like, okay, if you manufacture this today, if you get a capsule of it today, does it stay stable and how should you store it to stay stable for a few weeks or months or years? So all that sort of rigorousness you need to apply before you even start to give the compound to the patient. And then if you give them X milligrams, how much gets to the blood, how much gets to the pancreas or to the tissue, like in our case, it's the pancreas we've been studying, and how much gets to that, and what is the number that gets excreted or that you lose, And what we are finding out is that, to be honest, they're not very efficient. The body is not efficient in absorbing all these compounds. And sometimes if you take too little a dose, you don't have any effect. If you take too high, you may actually start to counter some of the effects. For example, with the vitamin E, I'm telling you, the delta tocotrienol in the body tries to make it into alpha tocopherol, which is the ineffective. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So if you take too much, you start to kind of shift towards the other compound. So you kind of have to take the correct compound, and we need to manufacture it and get it in a way that it will get to the best dose in the patient. So we did all these studies in mice and humans before we decided on the dose to do a phase 2 trial. Yeah,
that's incredible. I mean, it seems like from what you're sharing here that you've uncovered a lot of good information, but there's just so much more to go. There's still so much more to learn, and we definitely need to make sure that we have people out there, because the drug companies don't want to fund this type of stuff, but we got to fund this stuff, people, because sometimes all these answers might be underneath something very easy to find. But I'm looking at the clock here, and we are due for a break, so we will be back very briefly because I've got some questions for Dr. Malafa.
Are you a healthcare practitioner searching for a comprehensive solution to streamline your patient referrals and improve collaboration with other practitioners? Look no further than Rupa Health, the ultimate platform for integrative and functional medicine practitioners. As a healthcare practitioner, I've struggled with the traditional referral process for labs. It's time-consuming, inefficient, and often lacks the necessary communication between providers and patients. But ever since I started using Rupa Health, everything has changed. That's right, Rupa Health is revolutionizing the way that practitioners connect and order lab work with their patients. Their advanced platform allows you to effortlessly send and receive patient lab referrals and secure their information, sending them the kits directly. This makes the communication directly with other patients and practitioners easy to take care of. I can't stress enough how much time and energy Rupa Health has saved me. With just a few clicks, I can easily order lab work and track their progress, and then I receive the results directly into my inbox, which I can send to the patients automatically with recommendations. Absolutely, Rupa Health's extensive network of lab testing and curated, integrated, and functional medicine testing allows practitioners to receive the highest quality of care and dedicate their practice to a patient-centered, holistic approach which aligns perfectly with the values of healthcare in a functional medicine practice. Plus, Rupa Health provides you with excellent customer support. Their team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always helps with assistance in billing questions and how kits are shipped to your patients. They are dedicated to helping practitioners like us provide the best possible care for our patients. And if you're a patient listening, it allows you to seamlessly order your lab testing and receive all of the necessary information. Rupa Health has been a game changer for my practice, and as you know, it will be for yours too. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to save on lab testing by heading to labs.rupahealth, that's rupa.com/store/storefront_ V as in victory, G as in grape, X 00400. That's labs.rupahealth.com/store/storefront_ V V is in victory, G is in grape, X 0040. I'll see you later, Maximal Beings.
All right, all right, all right. Hello, everyone. We are back. It is I, Jacky P, your favorite layman. I've been hanging out with Dr. Malafa talking about vitamin E, ooh wee, and of course, the oh so bright and lovely Doc Mock. And I just realized, Dr. Malafa, you're kind of a Doc Mock too, if we look at your first name. You always think about it. So
Yeah.
it's a double Doc Mock type of day. No wonder my brain hurts.
But he's
so
got
much.
more, you know,
Yeah,
he's got more of it. More knowledge, you know, more. Yeah.
So we've been talking
The
about all
double
the
marks.
double mocks, double
Yeah.
mocks. I like it. So we've been talking about vitamin E, right? And its potential applications to help folks, in my opinion, you know, what seems to be a naturally occurring supplement, right? Or that maybe will help folks benefit in a lot of different ways. But it is time to go through some questions. And I've got the 3 regular questions, and I've got some extra questions. And if there's time, weirdly enough, maybe Doc Mock, you let me know, call an audible here, maybe a shamagram, maybe one. I don't know. So we might have to, Dr. Malafa, this is, you know, this might be hot seat because we're going to do it quick so we don't run out of time. But the first question, which is usually easy, what's your favorite health book?
Ooh, my health book. Believe it or not, I'm really going to be ashamed to say this, but
Don't be ashamed.
Usually it's cookbooks, and I love cookbooks, and I've been going through quite a few lately, actually, including, and I think the ones that really fascinate me are some of the what I would call you know, I won't call them native, but they're like original. Like, for example, African American cooking, you know, Indian, you know, like Indian cooking. Because, you know, we all know there's a lot of Italian cookbooks out there. There's a lot of French cookbooks out there. But some of the other cookbooks that, so they're fascinating, because when you start looking at ingredients, how people are mixing it, how, you know, it's really fascinating. Yes. So
different cookbooks. I like that. You know, that's also scans, right? Because you're like, no, I forget these other vitamins that everyone's been studying. Let's pull out vitamin E. Let's dust it off, blow the dust off the shelf and talk about vitamin E. And so you're looking at the, you know, the underrepresented culinary choices out there. And I respect that. I like that. Same. All right. Second question. What is your favorite exercise?
Ooh, that's easy. So soccer, I play soccer, but not as well as I did in my younger days, but soccer or walking. I actually found out that being on the treadmill or just walking is more effective, more easy to do. I control it. I can do it early in the day. I have to thank my brother for that. So I have my younger brother who is in phenomenal shape. And I'm like, well, how do you do it? He used to play basketball a lot. He played a lot of basketball with it, but because he's a busy guy now. And I'm like, well, how do you keep up? He wakes up at 5 a.m. and he does on his treadmill 6-7 miles, and that's all he has to do. I'm like, that's discipline. Unfortunately, Dr. Mock and I are running into the hospital at that time. Yeah, we're trying to. So I mean, in your defense, you're on your feet all day. Yeah, so I think the treadmill, you know, is so much easier, and you can catch up with the podcasts and everything while doing that.
Yeah, nothing wrong, right?
You're like your favorite one, Max.
Like my favorite one.
All right, wonderful. Moving right along. So next one, and this is the last of the layups, then we'll go into the hot seat. What is your favorite, or not, sorry, we just did that one. What is the strangest diet that you have heard of or been on?
Diet, actually, that I've been on. I'm going to tell you I thought you were going to say my favorite diet I've been on. I've been on all kinds of diet, which has not been probably successful. But I think the best one has been the intermittent fasting. I've loved that.
We love that too.
I love that.
Yes.
And I do, and that's what I do now. And I know it's got to be a winner because my wife just told me the other day she started an intermittent fasting. And for her to do anything I'm doing, I know
it costs
gotta be a winner.
$0. It
It
takes
must be
literally
working.
no effort, right?
Yes.
And it's pretty effective. And
It's very
for my research patients at our center, I do recommend this for a lot of them, in particular the ones with insulin resistance. It's just a very potent insulin sensitizing modality.
yeah.
Okay.
And the fact that you can dial it up and down, like, oh, I want to go to, weight losing, do 4 hours, and if you want to just be stable 6 hours, and you kind of feel like if you've been on the 4 hours for a while, you go to 8 hours, you're like, oh, I can eat like a, you can feel,
I did the 16 and 8 for about 3.5 years and just felt fantastic while I was doing it. So
yes.
All right, here we go. So boom. So these are specific. So vitamins, right? We're talking about vitamins.
Yes.
Which vitamins are better? Vitamins in a bottle or naturally occurring vitamins in fruits and vegetables? If I say, hey, you know what? I gotta get my vitamins up. Yeah. Is there a quality difference? Will my body know the difference?
Yes, I think the ones in the food and vegetables are your better bet. Okay. So when we're talking about what you talked about earlier, Jacky P, that's just to say, you want to get your vitamins, get it through food, because I think it gets you the best. The problem is if you're not going to get enough through your foods, then the supplements to get the vitamins make sense. Okay. Now, and then we talk about when you want to treat something using the vitamins. That's when I think you need the drug, you need supplement, obviously, because you're not going to get the doses that you need with food alone.
The other thing I'll say, Jacky P, is that not all food sources of vitamins have the same vitamin content within them, right? Because of the way that we treat our environment, because of the way that we treat our farmers, because of the way that we monocrop things, a lot of our soil has been damaged, right? The microbiomes of our soil has been depleted, and therefore there's not as many nutrients in the soil that are delivered into the plants that are delivered into your grocery store and then into your mouth and into your body. So knowing how that food was treated and the soil that it was grown in, it really does make a difference in terms of nutrient density. And if any of you are interested out there, email me at team@maximalbeing.com. There's actually a monitor that you can carry around with you in the grocery store that will tell you the nutrient composition of food as you're going around. Pretty interesting, right?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Pretty smart. And also I just realized supplement, the word itself, supplement, is not the replacement, it's a supplement. Okay. Right. Another question. And then after this, if we have time, I think we could squeeze in the shamagram. I'm feeling optimistic.
I love it.
So vitamins, right? There's D3. I've seen vitamin D. There's a vitamin D complex. You know, for the lay folk out there, you know, why do we have vitamin A and, you know, vitamin C, but why does vitamin D have a complex, and why is it, you know, like why?
Yeah, no, that's cool, Jacky. I have no idea what's the problem. Why does vitamin D complex? Yeah, no. Well, actually, it's interesting, and what Dr. Mark would say. But so the vitamins, this is important. Supplements, vitamin supplements are basically chemical entities. So they're probably drugs. This is just as we talked about earlier, just to plug in again for my vitamin E. So when we say vitamin E in nature, if you're just talking natural vitamin E, there's actually, I said 2 family of compounds, but the total chemical species is 8. So there are 4 in each family. And they are basically alpha, beta, delta, gamma tocopherol, alpha, beta, delta, gamma tocotrienols. So that's the chemical species. So let's say I was going to sell you a vitamin E. I could sell you if you just use the generic term vitamin E, what I'm selling you is alpha tocopherol. And then I could tell you that, oh, I want to sell you a complex of vitamin E. And then I could sell you a vitamin E that has a few of those different 8 in different composition. Now, because different companies make different ones and they have different claims, a lot of them will put them together. That's why when you go to the store, you're going to see all of these different forms. And then in other vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin A, for example, and even and C, they can get complicated because sometimes those complexes are actually not the natural, they are chemical forms of the vitamin. So they make it because, and sometimes the excuses are like, well, it gets absorbed better if you have a certain kind of condition. It might get into your body better than another. So if you had this different complex, it will have different. So I think that's why they're so different. So that's why once we get into the realm of supplements, and I'm glad, and I'm hoping the FDA will get more and more rigorous with this, is that we should not deceive ourselves. These supplements are like drugs. They really are drugs. They are chemicals. We're putting chemicals in our bodies. And they're manufactured, talking about manufacturing, they're manufactured by companies. And now they're protected. Once you call something supplement, you don't have to have the rigor that you do if you have a drug. And then that opens up some questions because, then the question is, what are the practices? Are they going to be pure? What are contaminants that could be in some of these nutrients?
And that's why we use FullScript with the people that we work with at Maximal Being, is because they vet their supplement companies and do quality control similar to how the FDA does. So, and then just to nerd out for a second, Jacky P, I have to get back to the vitamin D question because there are 2 forms of vitamin D, active and inactive. Vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, is the vegetable-based or plant-based form of vitamin D. And vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is the animal-derived version of it. So that's what D2 and D3 means for the listeners out there. And both of them can be converted into calcitriol, which is the active form. And they all have similar molecular structures, like what Dr. Malafa was talking about with tocopherols.
So smart. He's so smart. I mean, both of you are so smart. But, all right,
he's the true nerd, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to be a pretend nerd.
Doc Mock is.
You nailed it, Dr. Malafa. Yeah,
he's a beautiful nerd.
Are you looking for high-quality, evidence-based supplements to support your functional medicine practice? Look no further than FullScript, the leading platform for healthcare practitioners to prescribe and order professional-grade supplements. As a functional medicine and gastroenterology doctor, I trust FullScript to provide me with a wide range of high-quality supplements that meet specific needs of my patients. Their extensive product catalog includes trusted brands, ensuring that I have access to the best options for my patients' health. That's right, FullScript offers a comprehensive selection of supplements, including vitamins, minerals, botanicals, and specialty formulations, all sourced from reputable manufacturers. Plus, their rigorous quality control ensures that you're getting products that meet the highest quality standards of purity and potency. And what I love most about FullScript is the convenience it offers. With their user-friendly online platform, I can easily browse, prescribe, and manage supplement protocols for my patients. It saves me valuable time and streamlines the ordering process. Absolutely, FullScript makes it easy to create customized protocols for your patients and track their progress. Plus, they handle all the logistics from inventory management to shipping, so you can focus on what matters most, providing excellent care to your patients. So if you're ready to take your functional medicine practice or wellness to the next level, visit us.fullscript.com/welcome/maximalbeing. That's us.fullscript.com/welcome/maximalbeing to receive your 15% discount on customized supplements and check Maximal Being standardized protocols for gut health. FullScript has been a game changer for my practice, and I know it will be for yours. Don't miss out on this incredible resource for functional medicine practitioners and patients alike today.
Dr. Malafa, we're going to watch something on the internet, okay?
Okay.
We haven't watched it before. It was titled Supplement, and I figured we said supplement so many times, we got to do it. It may apply, it may not, but let's go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and share.
And we're basically going to say, is there scientific basis for this, or is this a total sham that this person has created? Okay.
That's where the shamagram. I was trying to figure out shamagram.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you.
All right.
Invented by Jacky P.
Yes.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a test here. Let me know if you can't hear it, let me know. All right. This is, it's just titled Supplement, and this guy's got a wicked mustache. I'm in already.
It does.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
D3, I'm taking 5,000 IUs a day. What do you recommend?
I personally take a little bit more than that.
How much do you take?
50,000
Jesus
on
Christ.
Mondays and 10 or 20,000 on every other day.
That's a lot.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Most people say, I don't know.
Polish scientists looked at the Mayo Clinic's database, and they looked at 20,000 people, and we've talked about this in their video that we recently published. One person had hypercalcemia out of those 20,000, and they had ranges, people supplementing anywhere from 0 to 55,000 units a day.
All right. So weird cut. I don't know how we start with Joe Rogan. Weird cut. We're not going to talk about the production value there.
We're not going to mention Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Thank you.
or Joe Rogan.
Pass.
Yeah. Sham.
Thank you, everyone. That's it. It's been at Maximal Being. It's a shame.
Yeah. That is a lot of vitamin D.
That's a lot of vitamin D. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't know. I don't know. I have a problem. It's tough. It's a little bit meta because I have a problem with podcasts. Because every guy just podcasts. And I think this is how this podcast was born, right? Because you just got these dudes who we don't know who they are, just said, I'm taking 50,000 units of vitamin D3 a day. And then he asks why. And he's like, oh, why are you asking why?
Because.
And Joe is like, okay, I guess.
And then you have a guy that's saying that Mayo Clinic is behind that practice, which I can ask my friends at Mayo Clinic. You can too, Dr. Malafa, but I would guarantee no.
Absolutely. Yes.
That said, vitamin D, often more is better in the sense that if you're checking your levels and you're being scientific about it, that levels greater than 50 are ideal for numerous health benefits, right? Not just bone health, but then even higher tends to be better than 50 or greater in terms of the randomized data. So, but at around 80 in terms of the serum levels, that is when the benefits of vitamin D kind of plateau. So that's when the benefits, you can go higher, but don't necessarily lead to clinical efficacy in terms of bone health, macular degeneration, regulation of glucose, lipid regulation, visualization, or mobility, right? A cancer risk, all these things kind of plateau around 80. So I would say for the listeners out there, if you are deficient, us doctors do tend to start with high doses like that, like 55,000 units or 20,000 units. And then over about a month is when we go to more like the 4,000 to 5,000 units, which I actually agree with Joe Rogan with his dosing. That's what I recommend for our patients with pancreas diseases. But that said, if you are going to go higher doses or you do have deficiency, please make sure that you are being scientific about it and you are checking levels, ideally with your healthcare provider, and discussing those things with them, not just
Joe Rogan, not with Joe Rogan for sure.
Exactly. So sham. This has been awesome, Dr. Malafa.
Thank you, Jacky P and Dr. Mark.
Yes, I appreciate your wisdom.
My namesake. Now I heard Jacky P has named us as a namesake. So,
but thank you for your wisdom every day and for today. If people want to come and find your soon-to-be clinical trial, Dr. Malafa, how can they find it?
Yes, so it will be on the website. So we will send a link. Maybe by the time you get this, we will try to get a link put in with your podcast so that they
So it'll be on the Moffitt website and
Moffitt website, yes.
And then clinicaltrials.gov, I would imagine.
.gov, yes, yes.
And are there any keywords that people should search for in clinicaltrials.gov?
Yeah, so IPMN, so this trial, by the way, is going to be looking at preventing the growth of this cyst that can turn into pancreatic cancer we call IPMN. So if you have IPMN, that is a side branch that is between 1 and 3 centimeters, this is a trial that could be for you.
And we're really excited to have this opportunity because these patients are just dying for things. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. It does help us to get the word out. You know, if you have any questions for any of us, including if you want to look at that nutrient monitor, send us an email at team@maximalbeing.com. Jacky P, I had patients clamoring for one-on-one gut health consults with me. So guess who designed a new program at maximalbeing.com specifically for those people? This guy. So I look forward to working with many of you now that that product is at maximalbeing.com. As always, I'm Doc Mock. I'm here with Jacky P and Dr. Malafa, and we are here to maximize your health.
The content included is not intended to be used as medical advice, and viewers should consult their physician or healthcare provider should they have additional questions. The viewers should not rely on information contained in these presentations for immediate or urgent medical needs. Additionally, if you think you have a medical emergency, call your physician or go to the emergency department or call 911 immediately. Never disregard professional medical advice or rely on seeking medical care or delay medical care due to information contained in this presentation. What's going on, Maximal Beings? Doc Mock here. If you haven't done so already, leave us a comment and hit the subscribe button. Let your friends and family know. That way we can get the word out and continue to bash the bro science.